Right then, let's go. Shh, Nicole. Shush and eat. Hello and welcome back. Last time we saw Nishkiyama get humiliated again by his own people. Because of course he did.
That always seems to be a thing.
Well, this one it was basically his own man went to what was told to get money in any way he possibly could, and he got it from the Kazama family. He was mooching money off the Kazama family thing, so Kazama's right-hand man beat the shit out of him for not being able to control his own people, and then pretty much said, if Kiryu was here, this wouldn't have happened. Oh God. This is literally the Kiryu. This is literally. Oh dear. Date being a bad father. Yeah, it's literally, Nishiki, he doesn't, look after his daughter enough, or, give her enough, or go to meet with her when he's supposed to. He basically lost his family in the whole pursuit of trying to look into the Kiryu Kazuma case. Also, we got new Majimas, including the whole everyone's idol Majima and Officer Majima. Oh God, these are schoolgirls.
Oh, it's what do you call it? There's a special name for this.
In Japan, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, in Japan. About like schoolgirls soliciting like well-off guys just for like stuff.
Yes. Ah, she's dealing with it. She's dealing with one of those types of people. A host. Also, I've noticed that the men in black aren't turning up as much anymore. Yeah, I was also watching one of those D&D things where they had like one of those child ASMR characters. I can't remember the name of the race, but he was basically a child, and apparently the guy played him really well. Oh god, something's happening. He's at Stardust. We must find Cody Rhodes.
Mm.
But yeah, the D&D session I remember is that this guy basically killing a load of people, starting a fight that no one wanted, to the point where he destroyed the trust of everyone in that entire area, so they couldn't do the mission anymore. But he was knocked unconscious. So in response, everyone was so sick of the guy because he's just ruined the session and it can't continue anymore, that while he's unconscious, the childlike character thinks, well, he's a merman, so being in water might make him better, and then pushes his unconscious body into the water. After the guy spent time researching, see if unconscious fish could drown. To which he drowns and then gets eaten by a sea turtle.
Get up! Get up. No, that's done. No. Today.
I just like.
I mean, they're so generic and basic anyway.
My character is so complex.
The best part is they say they're complex, and you know for a fact that their backstory is like only two sentences. What about the Craig who got really upset because his character died, but they threw him a boat and he was upset because his character was one of those like lolly-like character girls. So then they said that they gave him like a special spell that could resurrect him or reincarnate him into the body closest to the closest humanoid, and he was basically a Viking woman, and he cried because he wanted to have an item specially made to make him Asian again. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've listened to so many edgelord ones that they all seem to intermingle to themselves, and it's only the small details that make the stories different.
I remember one where a guy got pissed off because they killed off his NPC waifu.
Oh God. You know, it's worse for me. I don't know what's worse: the edgelords, the people who kill off all the characters, or the people who have or want to ship characters together. I mean, the airship one annoyed me the most because it was very clear that nobody wanted to. They were very indifferent to each and every one of the every single one of the DM NPCs. Like, they really wanted nothing to do with any of them. They didn't like being there, and they kept trying to come up with excuses to get away from it because they were hoping, oh, the story's going to advance. And he wrote an epilogue, all because he blames the fighter for the entire thing. So, like, he ships two characters together who never had any interest outside of just being friends. But the fighter, their character had to be raped at a wedding. And then everyone was like...
And then sold to a brothel slavery or something.
Something like that, but then they explained how. She was basically a paranoid character who never removed her armour to begin with.
And a changeling.
Yeah, so she had all those abilities, and she had abilities that so she basically had no magical abilities to stop anyone. She was armed to the magical teeth. It was literally just a revenge thing. Though I'm always going to love the Skyrim one just because of the guy getting so upset and so angry over everything. And trying to make up ways to survive, and he just wants to kill everybody. That's the thing, he doesn't want to help anyone or just play the game, he just wants to murder people. I mean, the one with the guy whose girlfriend ended up being a rogue. She just wanted to kill things and was always upset that she wasn't doing enough damage. And they kept explaining, rogues are good at other things. But no, she just wants to murder people, so when they do another one and it's basically a murder mystery, she murders literally everybody in the building. But yeah, the one that was based around the real-life riots, yeah, that was too much.
Especially when the rule was don't bring in politics.
Well, the thing is, I know with a lot of people, I know a lot of people are like, look, politics are in everything. I think that's a blanket statement. I think what people really need to say is, I don't like real-life politics in a fantasy game. Like, it's okay for the game itself to have the politics in it to make the world work. It's how, it actually can make it sometimes interesting. That Simpsons joke about the, where they made a Star Wars themed movie that was just the Senate thing and made that the entire movie. I'm sure there's someone who does find that interesting.
I remember reading in the comments about that, where they quite like the part where the town will be invaded by the drow, and then the guy commented and said, well, I don't mind that, the women are pretty hot.
I just like the thing that it wasn't even trying to be subtle. Because the way I understood the story was that the guy literally, the story was going to literally be that they needed to, these characters needed to get all their siblings together to fight a greater evil, but they needed to convince them to do it. And they were going to expect this guy to be just tending to his family and have to be convinced to maybe leave his family for a little bit just so they could do this. And instead, he's well, our President McRacist face is the best president ever. But now the other side have clearly cheated, and they want to take the bows away from all of our people and let those filthy goblins and drow in and destroy the wall. Yeah, they're not even being subtle at this point.
So they all collectively, they're like, sigh, pick up the things and just leave.
That is actually the best response ever. I love the ones where they find some way to fuck around with the DM. But I love the one. But you know what? I still think there's a powerful statement in literally. You know what? I need to get the fuck. You know, let's just get the fuck out of here. We don't want to do this. I mean, I also like the angel one. I think that was done by someone else though. I don't think Crit Crab covered that one. Basically, guy comes in, doesn't understand how the game works. Fine, newbie just needs to be told how to do it and what races are available. He wants to be an angel because he's obsessed with them. They tell him there's none of those races in D&D, but there are races that are the descendants of angels. He agrees to be one of them, and as soon as they start the session and they're told to introduce their characters, suddenly he starts doing a dramatic thing about a meteorite hitting outside and him coming from it, and they keep telling him, last chance, you better tell what your story actually is. And then he just keeps going on, and they explain that's not what your character is, and then they ask to look at his character sheet. He hasn't brought the character sheet that they made for him over, and he brings out the page from the monster manual. So then they explain that student goes, oh, well, it's too late, I haven't bought a character sheet. And then it's fine, I'll print one out. So they make him a new one. He hates it, so he spends the entire time trying to steal from them or kill them. And eventually they just they're in character, and you've got two of them going, right, we need to kill him, he's just going to keep trying to kill us. And then one of them's like, no, we have to try and help him in some way. Maybe we can incapacitate him or something. But then when he tries to kill them, screw it. He's clearly deranged, and then kill him. And then as soon as they've killed him and healed all their party members and resurrected the ones that have already died, you're like, aren't you going to resurrect me? No, you keep trying to kill me. Oh, and Kiryu opens the door like a boss. Oh, by the way, speaking of karaoke, I know I mentioned that Nicole likes the karaoke songs. We watched some of the ones from the Yakuza Ishin, the one set in Edo, Japan. And they still do karaoke there as well. Though it's mostly just, you know, banging on the instruments and stuff while they're singing along. So it's not completely the same. Your name is Shota, therefore I have to hit you. I'm always in an office building punching people over money. Swear to God, that's how I started this fucking game. 200 blew into 24 mil. If you're joking, it's not very funny.
Okay.
借りができたな、桐生。いや。
お父さん。
普通の女子高生なんだな。そうしてると。
やだ、ジロジロ見ないでよ。お父さん。
You know, this is actually a good thing for Kiryu's story, by the way. I know it feels like padding, but I do like this bit of the story.
つだけ約束してくれないか。自分をもっと大切にしてくれ。さやが幸せになるためにもっと自分自身を愛してくれ。それでもお前が苦しんだり危ない目に遭ったら守ってやる。守ってやるから。
分かったから泣かないで。
And yes, Date does turn up in Yakuza 7, but he's literally there for 5 minutes. He turns out to be a friend of the cop who's in your party. He owns the Serena bar, and when you get to Kamurocho, he offers you the bar, makes a comment on how Ichiban reminds him a little bit of a friend he used to know, referencing Kiryu, and that's about it. He then just disappears again.
Yes, it's done. I know. Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry, we were just watching one of the more impactful parts of the game while also discussing all the D&D stories from Crit Crab. Well, I was telling him about, you know how we have that conversation, we hear that thing every so often of people saying, I don't like politics in my stuff, and then the conversation comes up of politics are in everything, though?
Yeah.
Well, basically...
They just want different politics.
No, but here's the thing, though. No, not necessarily. Some people just don't want real-world ones, and one of the ones we saw, me and Ian both saw, was one where it was supposed to be a simple game where, convince a bunch of characters to go fight a big evil, and one of the characters was meant to be sitting with his family and had to be convinced to leave his family. Instead, he was trying to lead riots against a group of people who, he felt shouldn't have been the president of this place because they'll let the drow and all of the goblins in, break down the wall and take all the weapons away from everyone else that lives there. And literally everyone sees what this is and just goes, no. Picks up all their stuff and just leaves. And here's that scene Ian will love. It's Shimano. Speaking of, Ollie, have you seen the summon for Date in Yakuza 7? Oh, it's nothing special, but it's literally, his summon literally has him summon a bunch of dead characters, including Shintaro Kazama, Shimano... Daigo, yeah, sorry, I got him confused. Sorry, we've just had a Date moment.
Yeah, I did get the Daigo one. I didn't manage to get the, what's his name?
The one who basically does his summon is literally just a JoJo reference. And by that I mean he literally just goes ora, 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 while punching your opponent. Okay, get ready for another. Kiryu's better at this than you are.
I don't know what to do with myself now I've got that platinum trophy.
Well, it only seems to matter to you. You've got it. Look, I know very few people who actually take pride in them. I know one game journalist who literally platinums every game she owns because she feels it's her moral obligation to play the game fully and explore everything until she gets the platinum trophy.
Just shy of 138 hours was my playtime when I did that.
To be honest, I haven't really focused on doing much on my games lately because, again, with Liz being sick and, well...
I wasn't going to platinum it, but by the time
I know, you get so close to the end. I mean, let's face it, I've platinumed so few games at this point.
By the time I'd done all the sub-stories that I which I wanted to do, I was already really close to platinuming it, so I thought, well, I might as well now.
Also, I looked up the new Mass Effect, the stuff on Mass Effect, by the way, the trilogy that's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it. The news will probably be more interesting if you've ever watched Brental Floss's video, the Mass Effect rag. But basically, I don't. You've probably heard the stories about the Mako.
Yeah.
Basically, they've taken all the slice of life stuff from 2 and 3 and put it into the first game and fixed it. They've basically put in a load of stuff to make the first game actually playable.
That's good, but
They've balanced the weapons and the XP and the Mako driving, so...
I know you have them all, but apparently this version is just going to improve everything. The only... Although I saw one of the downsides, and I don't know, this isn't a downside to me, but they had to remove the online multiplayer because of reasons. But they've balanced the game to make. But they've said that they've had to rebalance the game for it. But they've said that if they were to put the multiplayer back in, it would take the same effort it took for them to fix and to bring in Mass Effect 1, because again, Mass Effect 1 is not a small game, and whenever you fix something, you know you've broken something somewhere else. So
also, the elevators are down to 14 seconds rather than 59 seconds.
that is always an upgrade.
So they've managed to cut like
The only thing they've removed from the
a
game...
huge chunk out.
They can't add anything else. They made that very clear. They can't add anything else. Like, no new stories, no new cutscenes, nothing. Although they have removed Miranda's ass.
I feel I need context for that.
Basically, no one cared. No one was bothered by this, except Reset Era and a couple of other people. And basically, BioWare have removed scenes that focus on Miranda's skin-tight suit and her ass, because women terrify them, apparently.
Well, like, most of your conversations with Miranda, you have Shepard's face, and then it's, like, from behind Miranda's ass.
I do admit
So,
there's
like, it's not, like, two people's faces. You're getting, like, one face and an arse.
Yes, but here's the thing. Miranda is a massive ass for half the game anyway. I feel it's symbolic.
Yeah.
Miranda is an Australian ass. Also, she's a stuck-up cow for so much of the game.
Oh god, and her superiority complex, and yet her insecurities over being genetically modified, and
I know.
just like,
I'll admit, I still stick with sleeping with Tali if I'm in any kind of relationship.
especially in that game,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh, look who it is! Disco Stew!
Disco stew.
Look,
Likes
hey
disco
Kiryu-chan,
music.
I've been looking... Okay, tell me if you get the references to the things he's saying. Hey Kiryu-chan, I've been looking for you for the last 24 hours. So you haven't changed out that outfit. Heh, you gotta stand out like a sore thumb to be a battle breaker. Breaker battle. If it's a performance and not a fight, then there's not much I can do. I'll be your partner. Let's get this thing started. Step and go, baby.
Or I've sent a link to the to an RPG horror story. Well, the very first one I ever heard.
Okay. Oh yeah, have you found that thing about that clown that does stand-up where he just insults everyone?
Yeah.
What was his name again? Because I wanted to look that up.
His name is Ransom.
Ransom the Clown.
He's from a game called Thimbleweed Park.
I don't know, I just kind of want to get a clown that just just hang outside someone's house and just send scream offensive obscenities at them. Also, can we just call this era of WWE the era of missed opportunity or squandered opportunity? Because never before has a company had so much potential with wrestlers and employees, and then screwed them up royally. I mean, Edge has been. Edge has been on. You know, Edge has been on all 3 shows recently. Yeah, he was on NXT where he's talked about challenging maybe Finn. He turned up on SmackDown this week, naturally. Oh, and have you watched AEW this week? Well, basically, Kenta turned up on AEW this week in his Bullet Club gear and beat up Jon Moxley. Should point out, by the way, that Kenta is working for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he has the briefcase that allows him to challenge for Jon Moxley's New Japan US title. But, you know, they've been doing the Bullet Club stuff with Kenny for a little while, so, you know. It was nice to see a Bullet Club member turn up on AEW, I guess. I knew you could hang with me. Look how excited everyone is. I only fought like I usually do. I'm not good enough to get a crowd hyped. But that's all you had to do, Kiryu. Oh snap, it's time for my date with Cinderella. See you after the ball, Kiryu. Yeah, I've done all of the Majima Everywhere stuff at this point. The only other side thing I can think of to do in this game is the pocket circuit. And Majima even turns up for that one.
I didn't think through where I was going to beat this lightsaber.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, but dear God, Ollie, you got your hair back.
Yeah.
Ollie, you're back to when you look like Rick Mail. Oh, and by the way, on Botchamania recently, at the end of every one of their episodes, they do like a little. They do. Oh God, another Majima. No. But they did the burnt face man thing with him, with Randy Orton. Where he turns up and goes, I may have a burnt face, but that doesn't mean I can't fight crime. And then he RKO's Alexa Bliss and goes, take that, crime, you shit.
Of course, that wasn't really crime. That was Fox with crime written on it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was they literally did that. They literally did the whole. They literally did the burnt face man thing with him.
Yeah.
Oh, now this looks very bare compared to the PS2 version of the room.
Oh, how I wish we got Mark Hamill back for that.
I know.
Well, he couldn't remember the voice.
Shame, really. Well, apparently they've also... I know this doesn't mean anything to us, but apparently they ported 3, 4 and 5 to the Xbox One. There was a Twitter... There was like... It was on the trending Twitter thing of Yakuza. Yakuza's been released now fully on the Xbox One. Now where do people start? My opinion, not with 3. Don't do what I did.
Start with 0 or 1. Either one works.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 0 references in 1. But yeah, it's disgusting that Lars Sullivan was fired, but not for the reasons he should have been. I mean, seriously, he's not fired because of his racist remarks, not fired because of his sexist behaviour, not fired because he keeps creeping people out on Instagram and sending inappropriate messages. He's fired for turning up late to not turning up for a show.
れでやっとあいつはお前と対等に張り合える。俺と甲が泳ぐ恋は山脈を経てやがて龍門に入る。龍門を登りきった恋は龍に生まれ変わる。
奴は龍門を登り切ろうとしている。
最後の龍になるためにはお前という相手が必要なのかもしれねえな。
This is what
I should go back to Sareed, huh?
Hi.
Oh no. Majima's hiding. So yeah, apparently Crunchyroll thinks that the anime world has apparently is suffering from superhero anime fatigue. They've got nothing to base this on. Basically, they've just signed a deal to have someone make Western anime for them. And their justification for why their show that they haven't explained what it even is yet needs to exist and why people should watch it is people are sick of...
It's not anime. It's not anime unless it comes from Japan. Everything else is just sparkling cartoons.
Well, basically, someone disproved it by tweeting at them saying that you do realise at the moment, My Hero Academia is the second most popular show in the United States.
It's also the only superhero anime I can think of.
Apart from Tiger and Bunny.
And Devilman.
And Devilman, yes.
I haven't seen.
Oh shit! It's again.
Oh no.
It's just Crunchyroll being Crunchyroll. I mean, they're currently trying to bury an anime that's doing well in Germany as well because it's, got adult content in. And are upset that it's doing very, very well.
You should be able to turn Majima everywhere off once you've got them.
Yeah, that's the thing. He just keeps coming, but there's no real need for the fights anymore because once you've got all the upgrades, there's not really much. By that point you've got more than enough experience because you've done the fight with him. At the batting cage. You've done the fight with him at the batting cages, where he said he's finally done. You've gotten to that point. You're not going to get any stronger. so he's satisfied. He's kind of satisfied.
Yeah.
But then he still appears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Matt McMuscles recently did a collaboration with Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Cool.
They did Shenmue 3 What Happened.
Yeah.
Where they had to consolidate, Super Eye Patch Wolf towards the end because he suffered so much because Shenmue 3's existence.
Yeah.
Literally, it's basically Yu Suzuki made every single bad decision he possibly could, and his whole I don't like people who make video games play video games. I don't play many video games. I just like to create. Noble aspiration, but ignoring everything that's happened since 2001 doesn't look good for you.
No, getting involved in the intervening.
So that's the thing. You can't make something like, say, Final Fantasy VII the way it was in '97. Release it as is, and just expect people to go, okay, I'm going to appreciate this because it's old school, and then sell it at full price and also screw over people who want to collect.
I think you'd find a market for something like that.
But not at that price.
The thing is, Shenmue was niche then.
Shenmue, look, to quote Jim, it's just always been a money vacuum. It has never made money and never justified its own existence financially. And unfortunately, things have come out to fill the void and surpass it. I mean, I'm playing literally the very thing that basically kicked Shenmue to the side. For a basic, if you're not going to do something, I'm going to do it, because let's face it, Kiryu doesn't go around looking for sailors.
Or lighters with scorpions on.
No, he's too busy teaching dominatrixes how to dominate, buying porn for children, running a business empire, beating children at a children's racing game, or being chased by his frenemy. And also, Kiryu destroying everyone's lives unintentionally. I love the mods of this game where they've switched Kiryu and Haruka so Haruka smacks Kiryu. We here on this channel do not condone slapping children. We do, however, find it hilarious. Oh shit. Also, Ollie, I don't recommend looking up the Japanese movie Like a Dragon.
I have heard it's rubbish.
The only good thing in it is Majima. He's as flamboyant in the movie as he is in the games. The game does not explain who Haruka and Kiryu are or why they're hanging out together. Date doesn't really have any relationship with Kiryu. There's a bunch of characters that just don't really do anything. And also, the main villain is killed before he even encounters any of the other characters. Also, apparently Staminex actually works. Like, Kiryu is severely injured in the movie, so he gets some Staminex, drinks it, and he just grows a blue flame. And heals all his injuries. Oh, and Kage is reduced to some weird chronic masturbator guy who hangs around in a pawn shop, selling information from the back. Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, mommy.
They probably didn't have the budget for the video room.
God, yeah, Kage's video room will be perfect for watching shit.
Isn't that what it does?
I mean, you know what I mean, like movies.
Do you have many screens showing the same thing, or do you do that thing where you stretch one display over many screens?
Oh God, I forgot. Oh God, you're right. I have a choice.
Or do you want many things at once?
Oh look, Virtua Fighter. This is weird. We've got to get out of here. Wait. I just saw a poster that made me think of BoJack Horseman. Hold on. I've got to go in and have a look at this. It's literally on the door.
Let's see.
Look at it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
lit. Can't live on Wone Street.
Can't live in a house on Home Street.
Sega endorses Beatrice. I also found they're actually bringing a visual novel game to the PS4.
Really?
They're bringing out one based on ReZero. You know, PTSD the anime. Also, the new Persona 5 game that's basically Dynasty Warriors but Persona is coming out later this month. Also, Shin Megami Tensei 3 is coming out soon on the Switch and the PS4, so I've got to make the choice. But I've just bought a big memory stick for my Switch. Well, I bought a 128 gig memory stick. Well, I just downloaded Grandia 2, and now that's my entire Switch, like, covered, filled up.
Really?
My Switch is now filled up because now I have... Let's see, I have Animal Crossing, Hyrule Warriors, a Definitive Collection and Age of Calamity, Smash Brothers, Pokemon Sword, Fire Emblem Warriors, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission... and, well, Grandia.
Have you seen a look around here?
Don't start.
She's my daughter. Short, black hair, just turned 7.
That is it. No.
Even I got that reference.
It's
Yeah, I know, Ollie. Congratulations, you know the Silent Hill references. What's going on here? I'm sick.
Hello, demo for PS1. I just never had the game.
I'm sick. Oh my God, what's going on here, Harry? I'm sick of people constantly coming to me and asking me the same question when I don't know the answer. By the way, have you seen a girl with short black hair? Just turned 7.
Have I told you that about the Silent Hill remake?
You told me that you were removing the. You told me you were removing the. What you call it? You were removing the postman.
Removing Howard Blackman.
Yeah.
No, Blackwood.
Blackwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just felt we needed someone who's more connected to the town.
Yeah, and to be honest, the stuff that happened later, including the stuff with the postman, that was more bad Silent Hill era.
Yeah. And so I decided to make an original character.
Might as well. It can be. You can add an original character to the to a remake. I mean, Resident Evil did add Lisa Trevor.
Yeah. I just thought with the new character, I decided to make him Native American.
Yeah. Oh my God! Date just did a sit down power bomb, and Kiryu just stomped on the head. I like how the Yakuza games seem to have some respect for professional wrestling. Especially Yakuza.
It's a 30, then Kasuga can do wrestling moves. One of them is a super kick. It's called the Ruffian's kick.
Might as well Young Bucks it up.
Yeah. And also the main skill that you get near level 30 is the German suplex.
Oh yeah. The German suplex.
And that still carries over some of the jobs, which I'm happy about.
Well, I'm glad you're doing.
Enough fortune teller. You know, you're expecting him to call down lightning or bash him with a skull. No, suplex city, bitch.
Well, I reckon. It's kind of ironic when you think that wrestling, really got good when it stopped embracing, trying to celebrate its past and make it the sole thing that you should celebrate with wrestling in general. And now all wrestling does is glorify the past. I mean, Undertaker, now looking at him now, it's really hard to respect him the same way anymore.
I know. Like, Jack sent me a prize of, win a day with The Undertaker. I told him, I love The Undertaker as a character. I don't want to know thing one about Mark Calloway.
Well, I've told you that. I mean, I told you that with the whole movie Bob thing. I like the character, don't like the person. And sometimes you just don't want to know the people. I mean, let's face it. Shawn Michaels, the person now, is good, but let's face it. Shawn Michaels, the guy in the '90s, is a fucking ass. Not only that, Undertaker.
So says a lot of personal accounts.
So say literally everybody who had to work with him, and even Shawn himself has admitted that he was a massive prick in the old days.
Yeah.
However, unlike the guy from Extra Credits, he at least apologised for the horrible things he's done. Kind of. It took him a while to get to Brett. But Brett's as he is now is a mess. I don't know how to feel about Brett these days. I know the stroke messed with him, because he seems to have differing opinions on Goldberg depending on which way the wind is blowing.
Yeah, and it has us looking at the Hart family in a different light.
I don't respect Vice in general with most of their stuff, but the Dark Side of the Ring, I think, is a very necessary evil to the world. Because I think WWE's been protected for so long and has to a degree. I think Adam Blompier has said at one point, WWE has been able to rewrite history the way it wants for so long.
Wrestling is a very insular business. Like, the only people that really have any control in it are people with a really deep vested interest in it, and Vince McMahon. So, things are going to be... And in order to break into that business, you basically have... It's almost like... in order to break into the business, you've got to sort of... Well,
you've got to know the right people. Yeah. I mean, there are exceptions of people who can just break in. I mean, the rise of the indies did give a lot of people an opportunity, and Cody Rhodes proved you that the WWE was not the be-all, end-all.
I've not watched WWE for months.
Look, here's the thing. I watched a thing recently. I know for some reason, I think someone on SmackDown has a black sidekick. I don't remember his name. I know AJ also has that giant ninja guy who was with Akira Tozawa for a while, but now he's AJ Styles' bodyguard. Oh, and they did a tour of India, by the way. They did a short tour of India. I think it was to celebrate one of its holidays, and they apparently have a lot of Indian wrestlers they literally do nothing with. And much like that one guy they hired from Saudi Arabia, they had a show where literally.
He's never seen off the Saudi Arabia show.
Well, put it this way: Jinder Mahal and the Bollywood Boys were destroyed by Drew McIntyre and an Indian team who I don't know. I know they've been on NXT. But they're basically, you'd be forgiven for thinking they were Samoan, or part of the Samoan family with how fucking big they are. The rest was just Charlotte Flair teaming up with some random Indian woman I've never heard of and has never been on NXT or anything, so, you know, there's not really anything for me to work with. AJ Styles putting over an Indian talent who wrestled in fucking trainers, for God's sake.
Like even Boyle.
No, this was worse because this guy at least wore a wrestling singlet, but he also wore trainers. This wasn't as bad as say Ring King. That was terrible. Yeah, it's literally it was TNA's attempt to break into India with its own company. But where the main character on there was a guy who played cricket and didn't wrestle and mostly feuded with Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. And Scott kept jumping into the crowd to try and fight the Indian people for some reason. It was a very shit thing. Much like most of the things, because apparently Jimmy Rave had to train everybody. Because none of the people there could actually wrestle.
Did they get the Great Power Uti?
No, Ollie, they did not get the Great Power Uti. Or the Great Power Ollie.
Oh god, is that another one?
Well, all we just need you to do is wrestle in a nappy and just not react to anything that happens to you, including you being kicked in the balls and your head being cracked open. I only remember him from that story that Doc Gallows and Domino told Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
Hit him in the balls! Hit him again! Nothing! Doesn't react to anything. And India still thinks wrestling is real, so, you know.
I punched him again. No.
You know, I'm thinking of WrestleMania. I'm thinking of a new tradition that should happen. The Fiend needs to do a Firefly Funhouse every year. Once a year. At WrestleMania.
Right.
Now, he's done John Cena's one. Was one of the best things ever because not only was it an entertaining bit of cinematic wrestling, which has become the norm. If you've seen Alexa Bliss's latest gimmick, that's one of the biggest and greatest things that's happened outside in this era. But I'm thinking this year he can dissect Randy Orton because why not? He's already in a feud with him because they've already ended the Edge Randy Orton feud.
Have we seen John Cena since that happened?
No, John Cena appeared. Last time he appeared was actually a few weeks ago in an advert for where they announced the next few WrestleManias and where they're going to be.
But on screen, like
as John Cena, the smiling jackass that ultimately ruined an entire generation. No, we haven't seen him.
So it is canon that the Fiend killed John Cena.
Or at least banished him somewhere.
He sent Cena to the Shadow Realm.
Effectively, yeah. But, you know, I was thinking they could do that with the Fiend, because let's face it, they've basically thrown the Undertaker's money-making potential away, so now Undertaker really is kind of worthless as an on-screen character now. So why not have the Fiend do these things, where he has his cinematic match, and dissects a character, because it not only is it some good kayfabe breaking, it's also good for the fans and the marks who really feel this way. Because let's face it, calling John Cena polarizing is a bit generous. Calling John Cena one of the best and worst things to happen to wrestling, very accurate, because there's a lot of problems with John Cena as a character, and a lot of them were expressed through that Firefly Funhouse. Randy Orton would also be yeah, his later one, yes, but let's face it, his first few WWE title reigns, all of the damage he's actually done to the industry. I mean, look how many careers he's actually derailed and destroyed. For a better look at it, just watch the Adam Blompier video on John Cena.
How much of that has to do with him, and how much of it is Vince refusing to push anyone else?
Actually, a lot of it
is.
is... To be fair, the Nexus was all John. John Cena himself ruined the Nexus and destroyed their credibility.
That reminds me of that create a storyline in the SmackDown vs Raw game that I made.
Which one? The one where John can't hear anyone complaining.
Well, no, that's the Miz.
Ah, right.
It's an earlier one that I made where John Cena got run over. And I think at one point in the ring... No, it's not where John Cena got run over. It's where HBK was gathering like the legends together to take over the business. And it's one point where Vince is in the ring and he's like bragging to the crowd. He's like, so by hiring idiots like Cena to pander to small children, I make money.
Yes, I remember all the jokes about John Cena and only having fans that were underage, basically.
Oh, and he's very big in India.
Triple H made that thing going. It's going to be when they had that whole feud where Triple H basically buried Cena on the mic. He just made him look like a twat when he just went, "Oh, it's going to be a terrible evening for you, John. None of your fans are going to be awake past their bedtime to watch you lose the title."
He's also pretty big in India as well.
Oh,
because it'll be on past their bedtime.
well, I remember it being a thing where John comes out and starts making a bunch of really he cuts a really shit promo that doesn't make any sense if you do any of the context. And it's down to Triple H telling him not to get in his business, and then he's just going, look, John, I've been in the ring with you before, and let's face it, you're clumsy. You would have fallen off the table anyway. John, I've been in the ring with you. Remember? Because the thing is, I remember that they had that entire match at WrestleMania, and John asked Triple H what he thought of it, and he literally said, "Yeah, you suck." Because the thing is, the John Cena experiment was really bad in 2005. But, John got a lot of legitimate heel heat, a lot of heat backstage, because he basically... SmackDown needed the main event talent at the time because Brock was gone. JBL really wasn't working as a world champion. And John JBL just wasn't working as a champion at the time. John was the champion. And then he fucked off and didn't tell anyone backstage that he was going to Raw, which everyone felt Raw was the workhorse show. And John really was not ready for anyone on the show, and it showed. He really wasn't ready to fight Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, or anyone else. I was thinking other people he could do. I mean, Bray Wyatt could also do Triple H at one point, like a Firefly Funhouse for Triple H. Oh, and also one for Vince McMahon. That would just be perfect. What dissects the fact that that basically he got the company, which WWE aren't shy about pointing out that Vince isn't good at anything else but the company he owns. I mean, Paul Heyman even cut a promo that Vince was okay with, where he basically shit on Vince for destroying the territories, stealing everyone else's ideas in order to keep his own company going, and then lying to his dad on his dad's deathbed. Even. Although apparently Vince had a brother, because he wasn't at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, because apparently he went to his brother's funeral, but was still in contact with people at the pay-per-view, at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, I think a Firefly Funhouse for being a once-a-year thing works because, well, the cinematic matches have kind of been a thing for a while, and there's only a few bad ones.
Done.
And here we learn that Haruka is apparently very good at gambling. But yeah, Undertaker's kind of become hated backstage right now, and it's very strange. I mean, Xavier Woods is pretty pissed at him. So, Ollie, what were your thoughts on the Royal Rumble?
To be honest, I fell asleep during the match.
Well, Carlito came back. I'm sure you knew about that.
Yeah, I was awake for that.
I mean, Edge winning, much better, you know, if they were
Really early entry.
Well, Edge entered at number 1.
Yeah. And hooray.
Yeah, and then won the entire thing. Bianca Belair. I told you. I think I said Bianca Belair would win the women's one.
Orange. Orange.
Oh, he's got a gimmicked dice. Time to beat up some people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I knew who was going to win the women's one easy. Just didn't know who was going to win the men's one. Although the Roman Reigns match, that one was embarrassing. They fucked the ending to that one up pretty bad, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hey, at least Goldberg didn't beat Drew McIntyre.
Yep. That's true.
Silver lining, I suppose. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, at this rate, the way things are going, I'm really hoping that Bruce Pritchard loses power soon. Okay, that was an interesting side thing.
How many of the sub-stories in Like a Dragon did you end up doing?
I think I did all the ones that were available to me at the time. So I don't really know. I'd have to check physically.
Did you do all the relationship ones?
I didn't. I did. I think I've done all of the relationship ones. I think, except for one. I don't know. To be honest, I've been going through the others because I've still got to finish 5. Funnily enough.
I found them all available in Premium Adventure.
Well, that's all good.
I think sometimes you just got to do certain things to unlock them.
Well, some sub-stories are locked behind certain other sub-stories or events, so makes sense.
But basically, Cassidy can have a fling with basically every female character in the game.
Yeah, I know that one.
Like the barmaid and Samai being one.
Yeah. Also, the woman who that woman who runs the upgrade shop.
Yeah. The clerk the test place.
Ah, yes, her.
Sayonara, the white mage of the party.
Yes. The white mage.
The job shop's a woman.
Yeah.
And There were 6. Who was the other one?
What did you think of Mr. Masochist?
Yes, he was a lot of fun.
You did. You. Let me guess. You used a load of your abilities to try and hurt. How long did it take you till you realised you couldn't hurt him?
I pretty much immediately level 99 with the orbital laser not doing a thing, which is what I opened on.
Of course you did. But yeah, Tendo is basically the real last boss of the game, let's be honest. Because he's the only one that actually poses any kind of challenge. Well, what I mean is in terms of the last few bosses. Because the last guy isn't a threat at all. Hell, at one point I even just summoned Kiryu to finish him. I do love how Kiryu is handled in 7, though.
Yeah, it's right. It feels right that they didn't let you beat him.
Yeah, you never truly beat him, but also he doesn't overextend. The characters that turn up from the other games don't overextend their welcome. Like Majima and Saejima literally turn up for a boss fight, which in itself is fan service.
Have you checked the fire at all?
Hold on.
Hasn't gone out.
No, it's not gone out. Just a little weak. Really need to get some cardboard. I really could do with some cardboard, to be honest.
I don't think we've got any.
I can look upstairs. I'm pretty sure I've got loads of parcels that I've been up there at some point. I mean, hell, Darte turns up at one point, if I remember, just for a reference, and he just goes away. Yeah, he's literally just there just to be a Darchie's friend that just happens to exist, and then that's it.
Yeah, he's just had a
And Kiryu, you know, they never flat out say his name in the game. Well, that's the thing. Only a few people even knew he was still alive anyway. So, you know, that was a thing. Because I think only Darte really knows he's alive. Because Majima seems happy that he's alive. Daigo is surprised. Saejima seems happy about it, but they never flat out say his name. And he never introduces himself, and he makes it very clear he's not supposed to exist in order for things to stay that way. He can't... Shut up, Nicole. He can't really say anything. Well, it's to protect Haruka. Because the problem really with Kiryu's entire story can be summed up as he wants to do the right thing, but the problem is the nature of his lifestyle and his reputation. He ends up destroying people's lives or making things worse, and he really needs to be away from the people he loves in order to keep them safe. and just being away from them isn't enough anymore. He needs the world to think he's gone, so there's no reason for people he cares about to be hurt. I mean, Yakuza 5, he literally was as far away from her as he possibly could be while being in Japan. Oh no, Nishkiyama's upset and shot a guy in the face. What did the bullet say to the face? BAM!
So I have a proper lightsaber.
Sweet.
The handle is vertical and everything.
Sweet.
It changes colours as well. What colour would you give me?
I don't know. I don't know what colour I'd give you. I don't really see you as a Jedi anymore, but I certainly don't see you as a Sith.
Possibly a Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, it goes white like Ahsoka's new
the Mandalorian. Can we put a little jetpack on the back of your wheelchair? I don't know. White. I suppose white works.
It goes white, red, blue, light item, pale green, dark green, pink, yellow, green again, yellow again, purple.
I love that George Lucas has this thing where he said if he had the time and the money, he would seek out every single copy of this Star Wars Christmas special and destroy it.
Yeah, this is a guy who claims that Howard the Duck is okay.
Don't stick your finger in there then.
Or someone did picture of Jar Jar Binks if he was a Sith Lord.
I've seen way too many of them.
Yeah, but this one, he's not goofy looking, he actually looks terrifying.
No, the most terrifying thing I've ever seen of Jar Jar is fan art someone did of it. Someone did of him if he was basically a woman.
Well, it looks the same, just with a bow.
No, it's like him with boobs and and the shapely body and everything. It's horrifying. It's right up there with female Frieza in terms of terrifying. You know Nishkiyama's turned into the villain because he's slicked his hair back. He can't scream, "I'm the villain," more. Do it. Do it. Do it now.
Who is this?
Yeah, mommy.
The Nishkiyama family.
Owie. Hey, hey. Hey.
Yeah. They came at me with wooden swords and I destroyed them with soft furniture. Ain't the bodies around here an indication of how this is gonna go?
The body's not clear how this is gonna go down.
I do not hold back when I'm baked. Bring it on, you and I am fucking pumped.
Oh god, it's more.
I've had me tatties and nips and I'm gonna fucking break you. Oh, you're fucking stabbing me.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, stop it. No. That's naughty. Sorry. Now leave it alone and get out of there. Oh yeah, I watched that Meat Canyon thing again with the SpongeBob one. The special ingredients. Ooh. Well, I do not hold back when I'm baked. For not even Kamurocho can stop the might of Morag on Iron Brew. Brood, eh?
Yeah, Mom. Bob, baby.
The Brood, eh?
The new blood crossed with the brood.
Okay, let's see Nishkiyama have a nervous breakdown again. I'm back, boss man. Here. Today's pull. Good job. Hey, how about a little gratitude? I said today you got enough to cover the amount you wanted, right? So I do. I'm in your debt. Damn right, that's all I wanted to hear. You know, it's pretty rare to pull in, take this big. Boss man, it's your lucky day. Bet you think you can get the debt-ridden gambling scum of a doctor too. A doctor? He suddenly came up with all the money he owed, so he settled accounts. Wonder what he did to get the funds. How much did we score from him? 30 mil. Maybe his parents kicked the bucket and left it to him. Oh! That's the doctor that promised him that they'd fix his sister. So he's just been fucked over, his sister never had a chance to survive, and now he's broken. Because to be fair, in the PS2 version, they mention Nishkiyama's sister at the beginning and then never mention her again. To be fair, Nishkiyama is one of the best villains in Yakuza. Chapter 8, The Scheme. God only knows at this point. Maybe they can make an entire game out of Majima. Nah, it's too much exposure. Yeah, to be honest, Majima's had all he needs at this point.
But he's far more effective as a guy that pops in and out.
Yeah. I mean, he gets his own chapter in KIWAMI too. Oh. DDT!
Baby.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ollie, they've put season 23 of South Park up on Netflix.
Is that the latest?
Yeah, that's the latest one. That's the one with the mostly Tegrity farms.
I'm at least 3 seasons behind at this point.
Oh God, Ollie. Okay. Intervene. Street thug. You okay? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Huh? Who the hell is this guy? I don't know him, I swear. You bitch, I found your side piece. Is that it? No, of course not. Sorry. That's right, because I just thought, anyway, there's nothing going on between me and her. I hope you're ready to die. Wait, don't do it. She's right, calm down. Oh no, Judo Man! Hey, what are you doing? Sir, now's your chance to run away. Wait, I think there's been a misunderstanding. Oh, he's gonna kill me. This lady's afraid as well. Take her and run. Don't worry about me. This punk needs to be taught a lesson. You got it all wrong. Just listen. So a random man comes out and applies arm bars. We can both go down to the station together. Huh? I was mistaken, but you were mistaken too. You got to take it like a man. Make no excuses and surrender to the consequences. It's self-defense, so... Together. I stepped in. Yeah, I'm sorry. This guy with the big head came in and tried to beat the snot out of the punk. I'm sorry. No, it's okay, really. No, I cannot let you off that easily. I know, why don't you use the same move against me? Actually, you can use as many moves as you want. Come on, hold nothing back. Right, that goes the one for trouble. Oh yeah, Purgatory's on fire, because of course it is. Hey Ian, I think the bomb bashers are back. What happened, Kage? Where is Haruka? God, remember when I made the homeless guy? We'll wrestle for food. Oh yeah, by the way, Ollie, we've been thinking about what to do with the Big Mickey situation and the Large Ricky thing. We're thinking of the storyline to go along with it after, you know, with him being introduced. I'm thinking of discussing it with Seb, seeing what he thinks.
Yes, that would be an idea.
Yeah, well, Big Mickey's his creation, although, let's be brutally honest, I half expect him to be watching Netflix on the 28th, 26th when Tiger and Bunny comes on and we can see Anime Mike. Oh god, the bomb bashers are back. I'll gather intel. Is there a situation Kiryu cannot fix? You know, with his fists and stuff?
No. He's basically, if God was good at punching.
And headbutting and literally every other form of assault. Crush every gang. Of course, Pete.
Hello.
The white edge. Smack him with a bicycle. The bloody eye.
Oh no, it's a guy in a truck suit.
Now, what does that mean? Look, I'm not Spider-Man. I'll be
watch
able
out for those guys.
Ian, I'm sure I'll be careful as long as I'm not wearing a as long as I'm not wearing a red spandex suit. You know, I should be okay. Oh no! Leave.
What would happen if you did answer the phone?
I think it's this scam thing with a group of people who are trying to get me to sign up to an internet plan or something, but I don't fall for it, but Darte does because Darte's an idiot. And then they try and remember that scam. I don't know if you were here for the submission I did where basically they were trying to scam me for big run but Stardust. Back out, not. Someone was trying to scam me for a debt I didn't actually have. See. I heard a lot of boom in the West Park. This is much.
Oh no, it's tracksuit man again.
Fear not, Ian, for these people's tracksuits are no match for my fists.
Oh, I've ordered a new headset.
Nice. Is it to fix that? Is it to fix the whole situation with the microphone in general?
Yeah.
Ah.
And according to the delivery thing, it should be arriving tomorrow.
Good. I've had to order some new charging cables, sadly, for the PS4. Let's see. What do you want? You're the blue guy in that blue gang. What's it to you? Where's Haruka? Eh? The girl you took from purgatory. We couldn't really go all out on that filth. Oh god, these people. Why am I always fight the Blue Z? Wait, the Blues. Can the poems, it's arse whooping time.
Where are the saxophones?
Yeah, I thought these were the Moody Blues.
I got a crappy brother who bugs me every day. This morning my own mother gave my last cupcake away.
Yeah, because you literally told her she could.
And my
oh yeah, did you see the new
like...
Dark? Did you see the new Dark Simpsons? Marge finds out Homer's secret.
Yes, as soon as he started singing Mr. Plow, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. No, sir, we're the lowest rung on the ladder. But maybe the white crew knows something. The white gang car. That's right, they should be easy to spot. Right then.
My dad acts like he belongs in the zoo. I'm the saddest kid in grade number 2.
See, when I was doing... Oh, here's Majima again.
I'm going to get ya.
I'm coming to get you, Kazi-chan.
Oh, my.
Harley. Do you know he's got a new girlfriend now?
Of course he does.
So this one's called Punchline.
Well, I'm sure her dad was you know, fond of jokes. That's why she was born last.
Nicole, come here. You've got your head in the wrong hole. There you go.
Well, Father said he loved us both. Well, you know how Father used to love jokes. And that's why he had you last, Punchline.
Have you got Daddy's Bullet Club dress?
Oh God, Nicole's converted. Nicole's wearing a Bullet Club shirt.
And it's so big on her, it's a dress.
She's a heel. My daughter's a heel.
You having a bounce?
They do, it's just at the moment, well, since Kenny and everyone else left, it's literally being led by Jay White, who might be coming to WWE. And the last I heard of it, Kenny Omega was wearing Bullet Club gear on Impact, when he wrestled on Impact. So did Anderson and Gallows, funnily enough. And then Kenta turned up on AEW and then sent a message via Facebook to Kenny Omega going, "Fuck you, Kenny. I'm here to kill Jon Moxley. I don't give a shit about you."
Okay, I lose.
Come on. Why did I have to fight you on top of everyone else? Because if you're already fighting, what's one more? It's the perfect time to jump in when you think about it. Besides, you aren't allowed to have fun without inviting me. Next time you're going to start a fight, you better call me first. There is a lot going on there. I guess I should have expected a fight wouldn't be safe with Majima-chan. It's simple. We kill the Batman. But yeah, people like the Bullet Club, and ironically, even though Bullet Club has been seen as basically the NWO, but in Japan, even though the NWO is a rip-off of a Japanese idea, it's literally just bringing the gimmick back to its own country. Bullet Club has lasted significantly longer than the NWO ever did, never got as stale as the NWO did, and made more money than the NWO ever did. Hulk Hogan even went so far as to actually claim he was going to go to Japan, try and work in New Japan, solely to join the Bullet Club.
That never happened.
Oh God, yeah, never happened. I don't even think they wanted it. I don't even think they were that desperate to get Hogan involved. They're not Dixie Carter.
If anything, they'd be more like Jeff Jarrett.
Oh God, no! Jeff Jarrett actually did join the Bullet Club at one point, but for one night, and then he and GFW tried to take credit for the success of Wrestle Kingdom 14.
I was thinking they might be more like Jeff Jarrett when he bashed him with the guitar.
Yeah. To be honest, to be fair, at one point Cody Rhodes was. Cody Rhodes pretty much said he wasn't going to let certain people get involved with AEW or, with their business in general. They pretty much banned Vince Russo and Hulk Hogan from AEW altogether.
Well, that's good.
Well, Tony Khan made an announcement where he said that Hulk Hogan and everything he stands for, in terms of his behaviour, has no place in AEW. You can't yell random shit, grabs his face and throws him to the ground. Hey, this old fuck dies now. Do I now?
So it's Edge or Whitehair. How dare you do this? We're the most R-rated gang ever.
Well, to be fair, Edge said he wants to make NXT rated R, and it just so happens his wife is working on NXT.
Well, who knows?
Well,
maybe Vince will force her into a forced life sex celebration under threat of firing her.
Bloody eye.
Bloody eye, huh? There should probably see a doctor about that.
Agreed.
They're fun.
It seems like a serious condition. It's just been so long since I maced that guy. Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline. There is no punchline. You're serious, aren't you? You maced that GameStop employee. Yeah. And why should we believe you? Got nothing left to lose. The tracksuit people are back, Ian. This must bring back memories. Don't worry. You're safe, Ian. You're safe. The bastards are gone.
Well, I should hope so. We're in lockdown.
It's okay. I took them out. They're gone now. They're dead. Really don't have time for you, Lawrence. I'm sorry, honest. I don't believe you.
The phone. Hey, phone. The phone. It's your phone.
Good. Sorry, the charger's not working well. Hopefully, those new cables come soon.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that. Now I'm going to have to punch you. But you see, now why did you make me do that? They're downstairs. Right, now I need to go beat up their leaders. Only Kiryu could get into a thing and end up fighting all the gang leaders. You think you can get away with shit like that? Give me Haruka. Or if you prefer, I could always massacre all of you. Very well. You all get to die. Aren't you lucky?
The loser has to eat a dog dirt.
Oh, God. Pick up the little dwarf. Lao Kalong. You might remember him from Yakuza 3. He turned up just to get shot in the head.
遅くなったな、カズマ。おやす。足が。何？お前のためなら足の足が2本。すんません。長いは無料だ。すぐに安全な場所に連れてってやるからな。
はい、全部ブーブー。
So I've just beaten up the 3 major gangs of the city on my own. Why does crime even bother? Do you think they just wait till Kiryu's gone and then they go, shit, he's gone, quick, let's crime it up? Oh fuck, he's back. Hide. How many times must I teach you, old man? The Snake Flower Triad. Let's go to Yokohama. I mean, I'm not doing anything else. I couldn't do it. I couldn't let him live. He shocked Santa's balls.
I just let him live.
nishkiyamaのアホからガキの情報を持ってきたのがこの寺だよ。残りの20はこいつのところや。そうでしたか。それはそれは。nishkiyamaのガキや。まだまだ極道の怖さ知らんで。年が20も下のガキに出し抜かれるかっちゅうや。
Well, that's fine. I'm probably going to get to the end I'm at the end. It's actually at the end of the chapter now, so this is probably the perfect place to leave it. Okay, so for those who actually came to see this, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Good girl.
Bye, go.
Okay, come on. How do I... Broadcast settings.